How to get into training. Welcome to Curlcast with Ryan, Ross and Alex. Today we'll speak to you how to get into training if you've never done training before, if you want to go into weights, go into sports, anything like that, how to get and achieve your goals. So today we'll pass it over to Ryan to start with. He's going to tell us how he got into training, what advice he would give to anyone that's never been into a gym, even into a sports park, stuff like that, and how you can do it yourself at home.
Awesome, thanks Ross. So I got into training probably about 4 or 5 years ago after I left university. I went to the gym at my university, local one here in Norwich, UEA, and I would spend all my time on the ropes doing rope push downs to work my triceps, on the captain's chair doing leg raises to work my abs, and I think I put on like no muscle whatsoever. Probably looked like an idiot doing it, but
you took the step getting into a gym.
Yeah, I took that step. That was while I was at uni there, but I didn't get properly into it until I left uni. I joined a local gym at that point. My friends had actually been doing it for a couple of years, and they went to my local gym as well, so I'd just jump in their car, go along with them, learn off them. Used to watch a lot of YouTube videos as well, popular fitness YouTube personalities, watch their workouts, thought doing all their stuff would also get me huge and like them. All stuff that you probably know isn't the best advice to take. But yeah, that's how I got into it, and then it's sort of just gone on from there. Worked in education at the time as a support worker, like a TA, and then made the transfer to PT last year, which is where I met you two.
Changed your life forever.
So good points there as well, because obviously you said you went in there, you were doing it how you thought you were doing it right, got a friend, hopefully you will got friends. You might have someone that is at the gym currently, work with them, get their tips and advice, as you said. YouTube can help to a point. That's what we're doing at our job now. Just be careful where you're getting certain information from at the end of the day, so which we'll probably move on to.
Future episodes we'll be able to go more into detail about how to program your training, etc. Exactly. A lot of YouTube videos are made because people look good.
They're made to make money, not to give advice.
It's a lot easier to go in there and just do 10 push-ups and then actually do your workout than to film your whole workout. So what you see isn't always exactly what you expect.
So we'll now go on to Alex. How did you get into training? Any advice, stuff like that?
Yeah, so when I was a kid, I was quite overweight. I was a large lad, didn't really like it, got bullied quite a bit. I decided I've got to change this, so I wanted to lose the weight and get some muscle instead. Thankfully, puberty helped quite a bit. But I went to the gym. I started doing a lot more cardio, which everyone thinks is what you need to do to lose weight. Didn't get on too great with it. Went into resistance training. Found things changed quite a lot. But again, didn't really know what I was doing too much. Wanted bigger arms, so just done tons of curls. That's all I've done every day.
Still doing that every day.
Still doing that. Never neglect the curls. So moving on from there, I started to learn a bit more through research, got into personal training, and I met these guys in the gym. So it's well worth doing your research and listening to people who actually know what they're talking about.
That's good. That's good. How I got into training was pretty much exactly the same thing. It actually started from sport. So I was exactly the same. I was overweight as a kid. Thanks to puberty as well, shot up, everything fell off me. Fat-wise, not literally everything.
You're both the exact opposite of me. I was skinny then, I'm skinny now.
That's the thing. Like, I got mainly through sport. Like, I started playing football, I started eating better, and then when I actually, like, my brother had weights and my dad was pretty hench as well, so I literally started picking up their weights and started doing it at home. I even got a video because my dad bought a Swiss ball. And I got one of those free workout DVDs with it. I can remember doing it daily after work. But it's the same thing. You learn from other people, and it was. Now looking back on it, it was one of those really
twists.
It was one of those really cheesy ones when they're looking into camera like, yeah, keep going. Really creepy now, but it got me into it, and it got me more focused on what I wanted to do at school, sports, stuff like that. Started going to the gym at my school as well. I was exactly the same. I proper went ego lift as well, like literally just seeing how much I could push. But right, every day, as heavy you can go.
No, I'm just relating to everything you're saying. I'm relating to everything you're saying.
But then, as I say, literally, I started doing my research, started looking more into it, actually devising program workouts, and literally progressive overload in the end, to be honest with you. And I think as long as you have something there to help you progress, or something that you can learn from, it helps you motivate yourself as well, which is a big issue nowadays, motivation and stuff like that, basically. But what we all just now described is we all have personal goal, whether it be getting bigger, muscular size, losing weight, trimming down, stuff like that. Always set yourself a goal at the end of the day, because what are your goals at the minute?
My goals at the minute is mainly just to get quicker and stronger, really. I'm looking to get back into sport next year. So I played with the Devils, the local American football team, not this past year, but the year before, and I'm potentially looking at going back. So I spent the last year doing a lot of strength training, something I'm sure we'll delve into in future episodes. But strength training has made me a little bit slower than what I used to be, so now it's just about trying to reactivate those fast twitch muscle fibers, really build up that conditioning, more so than anything else. So a lot of my time's going into that.
So more strength and sport related?
Yeah, sport related for the most part. It's also, that's my area I love working in. I love working with other local athletes. Few of my clients compete locally. So it's actually quite nice that my interest and my client's interest is also now reflecting my own personal goals. So as opposed to just loading up the weight,
smash out as many reps you can, as heavy as you can. Alex, what about you?
Well, I've got a couple of different goals really. One, a little bit generic, get a more athletic physique, build muscle mass, stay toned at the same time. So rather than traditional bulk where you just get big, including a lot of fat, try and do it more of a slow approach, staying lean at the same time. Also want to win a world title in arm wrestling.
I knew you'd pick that. You had to just slip that in there, didn't you?
It's sport performance.
It is sport performance, very specific, very unconventional.
Not many people
if
know
there's
that
something
either.
anyone wants to hear a bit more about in the future, then feel free to drop a comment and let us know, because it is a little bit different to your traditional type of training.
Nice. And you, Ross?
At the minute, it's a bit of an all-rounder thing, really. I'm trying to obviously bulk up size-wise. I'm hoping possibly sometime next year to maybe do a physique competition, possibly. So I'm currently on a cut, which is okay. Second week in, it's getting quite difficult, but I just love my food at the end of the day. So
are you doing that yourself, or are you working with anyone?
I'm gonna try. I want to get the experience from it. I want to learn from it, just in case someone wants to approach me in the future and say, I want to do a competition, how do you go about doing it? And I like being self-taught as well, which a lot of my how I got into training involved, literally teaching myself how to do basic things and going to learn it the proper way and stuff like that, basically. So I probably will try doing it myself to start with, and then maybe ask people that have done it, because I know loads and loads of people that have done it themselves, and some of them actually have done quite well.
Well, it's an interesting point for going back to the original topic, how to get in training. It's a lot easier to stick to something if you understand why you're doing it yourself.
You got a specific goal.
Yeah, when walking into the gym for the first time, obviously have your specific goal, but if you understand why you're going in to do those certain exercises, you're a lot more likely to stick with it, because as we know, you're not going to walk in and do the first three workouts and suddenly you're Arnold stepping on stage. You have to understand the process, and I guess you going through that process yourself is going to then obviously make yourself better, make you more likely to stick to it, rather than a coach sending you through a diet plan and you're like, why am I doing this? And then you're going to fall off the wagon.
If you go into a gym and you don't know certain stuff, there's always, like, we all work in gyms at the end of the day. We're there to help, we're there to advise. You can do your own research, but I always think it's better to, from an outside point of view, if you've done nothing, is to go to someone that's experienced it at the end of the day.
Find a professional.
Yeah.
Don't just find the biggest guy in the gym because he might actually know nothing.
Yeah.
You find someone who's qualified to teach you.
That's true. That's true. Because at the end of the day, they might be doing the wrong technique, but somehow they've still gained muscle from it.
Well, it all comes down to consistency. Someone that's lifted for 20 years is going to be bigger than someone that's lifted for 1 year, irregardless of how good their form, programming, etc. is.
Exactly. So if we go more into the types of training, because you might go into a gym thinking there's a lot of equipment there, and yes, there is, but there's so many different types of trainings. Not even in the gym, outside the gym, home training. You've got park runs, stuff like that. If you want to work more on your cardio, you've got more specific like classes. Alex does is it karate?
I do Kung Fu.
Kung Fu?
Yeah,
Kung Fu?
Yeah, it's great for your flexibility.
Do you do that at the gym?
Strength.
Yeah, he stands in the mirror, he's like...
It's changed a lot since I left.
But martial arts is something that's very good
Yes.
for your joints, your stability, your balance, flexibility, cardio health as well. Confidence. Even if you're not looking to go out and use it in an actual fight, it's something you should really do just for the personal health benefits.
The other benefits from that as well, it's more social, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
So
you meet
you
great
experience
people
from each other.
and interact. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, so that's about 4 just then, and there's so many more. I say you can go into a gym, you can go on the treadmill, stuff like that. Depending on, you need to know what your goals are to know what kind of specific training you want to be doing. Obviously, there's different stuff that can help fat burn. There's different stuff that's going to help you build muscle. Like you don't expect to go into a gym and lift weights and you. As I said earlier, you're not going to just get big just like that. You can even grow size from just doing bodyweight stuff at the end of the day.
Well, yeah, you don't even need a gym.
Yeah,
Go down to your local park, do some tricep dips on a bench, do some push-ups on a bench.
Yeah.
Do some circuit training at home.
Go for a run.
We spoke about it earlier, there's so much stuff on YouTube, and although be careful of what you watch, as Alex said.
If it looks ridiculous, don't do it.
I need to stop some of the stuff I'm doing.
But most of the generic stuff, your squats, your lunges, your push-ups, all the exercises where you're moving your body weight in a safe way is going to be productive. Yeah. Doing something is better than nothing. And that is really the main point, I guess, of how to get in training. Doing something is better than what you're doing now if you're not doing anything.
Yeah, it's like that saying, like, you can't, there's no such thing as a bad workout. If you go into a gym and you're there for 10 minutes and you've literally ran on the treadmill for 5 minutes and lifted weights for 5 minutes, it's better than sitting on your ass.
It's better than doing it.
There's the first one.
There goes the PG ratings.
But yeah, so this is what I say to all my clients. So I constantly get messages or I constantly see stuff on social media, so I can't be motivated to go into the gym today. Even if you go for half an hour, it's better than spending that half an hour sitting at home and trying to find that motivation to go to the gym. We all have it. We've all experienced it. It's better, like, we probably even experience where I've been in the gym 24/7 sometimes. We still push ourselves, and at the end of that, I don't think I've ever went to a gym or done some sort of training and afterwards felt worse.
The hardest bit is starting.
Yeah.
The hardest bit is getting there and doing that first rep. After that, you'll find a flow and you'll feel much more rewarded afterwards.
Exactly.
So even if you haven't got the motivation, get on, do it, and you'll appreciate it.
Exactly. And you might go in there with the intention of being there for half an hour. Before you know it, you've been in there for an hour. You've finished your sets, your run, and afterwards you're not going to think, oh, that wasn't worth it. You might be sore, but you're going to be like, no, I smashed it, I've done it, I can go home, go to work, do whatever you want then.
Yeah, I'm sure we're going to get some people that will watch though that will say, oh, I don't have any time, I work 9 to 5, I then have to pick kids up from school, then I'm taking them out to their karate, their swimming, their dance, whatever it is, back, doing dinner, whatever it is. What are you going to say to those people?
Disconnected.
Work out at home. I'd say there are programs available from people pure body weight. If you have zero equipment, can't afford anything, you can work out at home. If you really want to make a change in your physique, the way you feel, you'll find time to do it when it matters to you.
But that's another thing as well, like that's the beauty of having such things like where me and Alex work in a minute, 24/7 gyms.
Yep.
So I know it's not the best for everyone to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, get down to the gym at 6 o'clock.
It's tough.
But you have that choice then.
It's establishing priority.
Yeah.
If your priority is to get sleep, then sleep in.
Yeah.
If your priority is to watch your Netflix shows, I guess, and stay caught up on all your Netflix series, then that's your priority. Gym isn't your priority at that point.
So training is uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You've got to get out of your comfort zone. If you wanted to stay at home wrapped in the blanket and not get uncomfortable, you're not going to make any changes.
But that's the beauty though from working out at home as well. Like you can keep the TV on, bust out some press ups, do your 30-minute session while watching whatever you're watching.
You can do that at most gyms now on a
yeah,
treadmill.
Yeah, literally with Netflix on your phones and stuff like that, you can go for a run, you can watch it, and you're not going to miss out on anything either.
I've seen some treadmills where you can reply to your emails on them. Like it's literally connected to the internet.
Oh no, I have seen some of them actually.
Up at the UEA, they have all of them. Like a lecturer can literally go in the gym on their break and do their work on a treadmill.
Yeah, exactly. But at the end of the day, there's always something you can go to, and the good thing about going to the classes as well, you start making friends. Like you can even text them and say, "Look, I really can't be asked to get. I've done it again. I can't be bothered to go to class today," and they will get behind you and help you go there. And they say, "Look, if you just come, do what you can." Even if it's just like if I say MMA and stuff like that, even if it's just a simple roll, you start getting into it. Your mental health starts increasing as well, because obviously that then pushes you to do it even more. You create a habit at the end of the day, and then it turns into a lifestyle.
It has to become like brushing your teeth. Yeah, the fact that you just after work or before work, whenever you go, you're like, I'm going to get my workout in today, whether that is going to the gym or even if it is just walking the dog before you go to work.
Yeah,
like
it's still an exercise.
It's that old Fitbits are so popular now, and about tracking your steps. Hit 10,000 steps a day. If you're only doing 6,000 at the moment, you're better. Yeah. You're better off. You've done 4,000 more
calories, using the muscles, using the joints.
Exactly.
There's no such thing, as you said, as a bad workout.
Yeah, no, exactly. And going on from that as well, I forgot what I was about to say. Someone else take it.
Perfect.
So what you were saying about if you do classes, you're going to have friends that are going to pull you along. And if you really don't have motivation to do things by yourself, find a running partner. Find someone to do it with. And that doesn't just mean running, it's literally anything. Gym. They'll be there with you, motivate you, pull each other along. It becomes more enjoyable.
Exactly. And you've got someone there as well that, as I say, if you want to really push yourself, they can help you lift those heavier weights. If you want to go for a heavier set, if you're running beside each other, you've got a pacemaker, so then that way, if you only run 30 minutes and they make you push to 33 minutes, you're always going to improve yourself and stuff like that, basically, as well.
I know my best workouts when I do it with someone else. Right? If I go and gym by myself and I'm like, I really can't be bothered today, I'm a lot more likely to potentially not get as good of a workout as if someone was there saying, okay, no, we're going one more set. I'm more likely to go from doing, instead of planning for 5 sets, I'm more likely to end up just doing 4 and think, oh, I'll take it lighter on this last set than if I'm with someone, they're going to be like, nope,
you're going to
do it.
Yeah. When you start to feel that fatigue as well, if you're by yourself, you're more inclined to think, oh no, that's a limit there. If you're with someone and they're like, no, I know you can do a lot more than this, you're going to be, yeah, right, let's go.
Exactly.
Unless you're me last night, empty gym. Kill myself.
That's a good thing as well, though, because I've got clients at the minute. They go with their friends, but they would never dream of going by themselves. And I see them in the gym by themselves, and they even say to me, they're like, "Oh no, I've now gotten to that point where I want to push myself even more." So it then gives you that kind of motivation, like, well, I'm doing quite well, I'll go that one session extra by myself. I've read somewhere where it takes 2 weeks to create a habit. So it's literally, yes, it will be hard, but those first 2 weeks, you go to the gym same time, blah, 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 blah. it then takes 4 weeks for it to be a lifestyle. So when you don't even have to think about doing it, so you literally, the first 2 weeks they're going to be hard. You might miss 1 or 2 sessions. You've got to force yourself to go, etc. Find that motivation. After those 4 weeks, you will then literally, you'll finish work and you'll drive to the gym.
Yeah.
Because you've now created it in your routine. Yeah, exactly.
Those days are what build it as well.
Yeah.
Those days where you don't want to go, but you still go and you absolutely smash whatever you're supposed to do. They're the days that build the foundation for your lifestyle.
I think some of the best workouts I've had is when I've literally felt like I can't do anything. Like the feeling afterwards. Yeah, the feeling afterwards. You just like, wow, I actually completed that when I felt like absolutely rubbish. And sometimes, yes, you will go into a gym and you will be halfway through your workout and you'll have no motivation still. You just need to, you're there at the end of the day then. You're through it. Just do one more set. You've done 45 minutes then. If you have to cut it short, you've still done that 45 minutes at the end of the day. You'll go home and be like, no, okay, I actually went to the gym. Instead of going home and thinking, oh, I should have gone to the gym at the end of the day. But yeah, to summarise, set yourself a goal. Like if you want to burn a little bit of fat, if you want to get a bit bigger, build muscle, even if it's just general fitness, live longer, we all would love that. A big thing that we'll probably touch on in future videos and stuff like that, mental health, just keeping yourself happy, just socialising as well. There's so many classes and stuff now. Park runs, class at gyms, MMA, Kung Fu, stuff like that. Learn a new skill.
It's interesting. It keeps it fresh for you as well. Breaks up your traditional training styles.
Exactly.
You've just got to find what works for you.
Exactly.
That's what it comes down to.
So set yourself a goal. Find out where you can do it. If it's a gym, if you've got family and stuff like that at home. Say if you've got a pet or something, go for a walk. Even if it's like once a day, twice a day.
I thought you were about to say even if it's a cat, you go for a walk.
I don't know. Maybe. Take my hamster for a walk. Why not? Even if you haven't got a pet, go for a walk. Like the thing with social media and stuff nowadays, we're stuck to our phones. Just go out and just have a look at what's around. You might even find yourself a place that does classes and you're like, oh, I wouldn't mind trying that out.
Explore your city.
Yeah, exactly. So some of you might live in the countryside, stuff like that. Go explore, see what kind of sites are out there. Find out, like, think of what kind of training you want to push more towards. If it's more fitness stuff, mix it with a bit of cardio, a bit of weights. We'll delve more into what's better for what and stuff like that in future. And yeah, just go out and smash it basically. But most of all, goal.
I think train for your goal.
Train for your goal, exactly. And
you're going to start somewhere different to everyone else in the gym.
Exactly.
If you see someone doing massive 1 rep max squats and you've never set foot in a gym again, that's not what you want to be doing. So make sure you're training what's right for you, your position in your experience and capabilities, and what's right for your specific goal.
And realise that person smashing that 1 rep max squat was standing where you were at that point.
We're all beginning. Everyone's a beginner. It's exactly the same as learning to drive. You see a learner on the road, you might get a little bit aggravated with them because they're doing it a little bit slower, but you were in that position at one point or another. Exactly the same as going to a gym, working out. We've all been there at the end of the day. You
Don't
might
be intimidated.
Yeah, that one person that's lifting that massive squat, they might have been doing it for 20 years. You do not know.
And more often than not, they're probably the nicer ones in the gym and the best ones to ask. They're the most intimidating, but they're going to be
a lot. Be quite helpful.
Yeah.
Instead of being scared, ask them. Ask them, how did you do that? And that 9 times out of 10, they'll be happy to oblige.
They'll actually feel.
That'll
make their day, maybe.
Yeah, you'll give them the constant boost, and you've then possibly made a friend who could then give you advice in the future as well.
If someone came up to me and asked me, like if they didn't know I was a PT and just asked me, I'd be like, yes.
Yeah, exactly. And there's so much knowledge you're going to get from that. But I think we'll wrap it up there. Lots of stuff that you can take away today. We'll post all our contact information at the end of this video as well. Ryan's here at Wensum Valley.
Wenson Sports Centre.
Wenson Sports Centre. I'll get that right. Me and Alex at the gym on Hall Road. We'll post all the details at the end. We'll post this on Instagram, stuff like that. If you've got any questions, stuff like that, post a comment, get in contact with us. If you've got anything that you would want us to see to do in future as well, let us know, and we'll be happy to make a video on it in the future, and it will actually give us something to do as well.
We're very busy.
Yeah, right, okay. But yeah, just let us know. We'd love to make so much more videos in the future. But I think we'll wrap it up then. Anything else to add?
No, thanks for
Perfect.
watching.
Thanks for watching,
Cheers.
and we'll see you soon. Booyah!